I'm issuing a challenge to everyone. Can you name a card I've never heard of? And we're going to start off with Little Dead Flies, Noble Steeds. Okay, take a look at Noble Steeds. A 3-mana enchantment, and for 2 mana, target creature gains first strike until end of turn. I want to say this picture is like sort of familiar because of the horses, but maybe it's just a Rebecca Gay thing. I'm gonna have to say I don't think I heard of it. I might have, but I'm not certain. So I'm gonna give you a point. All right, we got 1 point for the coffee crew so far. Next up, we're gonna take a look at Hexanort's Steaming Sauna. Oh, that's very brave, choosing a card that's, relatively new. Roaring Furnace, 2 mana. When you unlock this door, this room deals damage equal to the number of cards in your hand to target creature an opponent controls. And for 5 mana, if you go to that door, you have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Is there any other? I swear to God, I remember the second part of this. I may not have remembered the Roaring Furnace part. When you unlock this door, it deals damage equal to the number of cards in your hand to target. You know what? I want to say I sort of remember the Steaming Sauna because there's one door that gives you no maximum hand size. I don't know, maybe there's 2 of them. I'll give you this one as well. I definitely don't remember Roaring Furnace. You very specifically asked for that one. Early bird gets the worm. That's right. I do favor the early birds. What is this? Super chat from Blinksomniac. The Shichi Fujin Dragon. Hopefully this is good enough. The Shichi Fukujin Dragon. 87 mana 0/0. When it comes into play, put 7 +1/+1 counters on it, and for 3 mana, sacrifice 2 counters, put 3 +1/+1 counters on the Shichichi Fukujin Dragon at end of turn. Play this ability as a sorcery. I have heard of this card. I've seen it before. We've actually done, this is like one of those cards that are not legal anywhere. We've actually had shows about cards that are like not legal anywhere. This is one of those cards. I have heard of this dragon. There be dragons out there. Indiana Jones with the Breath Stealer's Crypt. Yeah, sacrifice 2 counters, get more counters. Sounds like it's some sort of infinite loop. 4 mana for an enchantment. Whenever any player draws a card, he or she reveals that card. If that card is a creature card, that player pays 3 life or discards the card. I've never heard of this or I don't remember it. One thing that credits a lot of you is that I might have forgotten cards that I have seen before, but I don't remember this one for any reason. And it's such a unique effect too. You'd think that this would be on like another show at some point. Whenever any player draws a card, they have to reveal it. And if it's a creature card, that player pays 3 life or discards. It sounds amazing. What a card. Anyway, next up, we have a super chat from Phil Goad. Thanks so much for your super chat, Phil Goad. Mana Maze. It's funny, 2 super chats, and these are the ones that I already know of. People are trying too hard with those super chats. 2 mana enchantment. Players can't play spells that share a color with the spell last played this turn. You can remember this card because when it was on the show, like we had this like 5-minute discussion about how this card actually works. Because you can't play spells that share a color with the spell last played this turn. So like one color per turn? Is it? Scatherialt, Power Leech. Power Leech, green enchantment. Gain 1 life whenever one of opponent's artifacts becomes tapped, or whenever the activation cost of one of opponent's artifacts is paid. Is not triggered by continuous artifacts, and also doesn't count because I have heard of this card. I've seen it. We got Pomp Maker with Castle. Is it as simple as that? Oh yeah, we literally looked at this card yesterday. We looked at this card yesterday. The untapped creatures you control get +0/+2 because this had an errata, right? So the old card says your untapped creatures gain +2/+0, but attacking creatures lose this bonus. But now it's just vigilant. It's just untapped creatures you control get +0/+2. So unlucky for So unlucky for Pomp Maker. Very unlucky. Toads with Ice Cave. Yeah, many of us are trying for the buzzer, it appears. Ice Cave, a 5-mana enchantment. Whenever a player plays a spell, any other player may pay that spell's mana cost. If a player does counter that spell, I have seen this card. This is part of, I think this was part of like a weird counter spell show. Wow, we were off to such a great start. 3 in a row, and now nothing. Firefox with Vitalize. Vitalize. Green instant. Untap all creatures you control. It's tough. I want to say no, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to give it to you. I'm not sure. It's like no, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of weird untapped cards out there. I don't know if this one's ever come across my desk or come across the show. I remember seeing this card on the show. Well, I don't. Well, you know what? I'm gonna believe you. It's close for me. I want to say I've seen it, but I can't say with absolute certainty that I've seen this card. All right, we'll take it off. Some of the coffee crew are gonna vouch for me. Don't worry, Nikachu. If I've seen it, then you've seen it. Rakdos with. I used to be a certain kind of player that maybe you avoided. The saber-tooth cobra. Thanks for your super chat. Is it like an uncounterable card? Saber-tooth cobra is a 3-mana 2/2. When it damages a player, he or she gets a poison counter. During that player's next upkeep, he or she gets another poison counter unless he or she pays 2. Before then, to prevent this effect, if any player has 10 or more poison counters, he or she loses the game. I don't think I've heard of this card. This thing is amazing. Why don't Infect players play this thing? Shouldn't this just be a default card? I mean, it's like Infect stacks, where you poison somebody and then they have to keep paying mana every single turn. Card looks awesome. I guess the problem is it has no evasion, which is don't worry, you can figure it out. Yeah, you need to put a Rancor on this thing or something. And it can still put poison counters on them. Gillum with Conch Horn. Conch Horn, a 2-mana artifact. Pay 1, tap. Sacrifice Conch Horn, draw 2 cards, and put 1 card from your hand back on top of your library. That looks great. Well, I guess it's a little expensive for a cantrip. I have heard of it, though. I have heard of it. Next, we have Super Chat from Little MX Doom. The Barrier Breach. Highly underrated. You're trying to get some underrated cards on the show? This almost gives people free... Is this Barrier Breach? It is. It almost gives people free reign to just name anything that they want on this show. I want to get this card on this show just for the sake of getting on it. Barrier Breach is a 3-mana instant. Exile up to 3 target enchantment, cycling 2. I have never heard of this one. That is crazy enchantment removal. You know what? This actually inspires me to make another show about cards that exile remove 3 or more permanents specifically. Like, it's not destroy all. It's like, okay, target 3 or more things. Cards that like to target should actually be the show. All right, you win this one. And I'm gonna put that on our list. Cards that like to target. I don't know if there's enough. Maybe it can start at 2 or more. That would work out for everybody. Bab, Haunter of Nightvale. Haunter, like the Pokemon? Haunter of Nightvale. 5 mana, 3/4 spirit. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-0. Never heard of it. It's actually interesting because I feel like I've looked up all the spirit cards for the purposes of Pioneer. And I mean, I guess I wasn't looking up any Dimir spirits, so this one just never came across my path. All right, you're up to 6. Does everyone like the coffee crew counter? The coffee got 6 people. Blink Somniac looking for some vengeance. Super chatting until I get one. Raging River. Well, it's not gonna be that one. How could you suggest this one? This is an incredibly iconic card for being stupid. So there's a red enchantment. Whenever one or more, I'm gonna read the oracle text, not the ancient scripture. Whenever one or more creatures you control attack, each defending player divides all creatures without flying they control into a left pile and right pile. Then for each attacking creature you control, choose left or right. That creature can't be blocked this combat except by creatures with flying and creatures in a pile with the chosen label. It's a stupid card. This has shown up like a million times on this show. Jeff with Thorn Vault Forager. We need really obscure cards here today. We have a 2-mana 2/2 Scroll Ranger that also brave to be posting a card from like just 2 years ago. Tap for a green and tap Forage at 2 mana in any combination of colors. And also for 4 mana, tap search your library for a scroll card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. I do believe I've seen this card. I'm pretty sure we saw it on the day that we did the spoilers for this show for Bloomborough. Yeah, Toads. I bet it was Toads that was actually suggesting the card. Toads would never let me get through that show without looking at all the scroll cards. Fan Factor with Nameless Race. You guys are going for too many iconic cards. Remember, this is the card that they stole the character, or sorry, and I can't remember. Is it the anime that stole this, or this artist Quentin Hoover stole from the anime? But I believe the anime was made later. Trample, as the creature enters, pay any amount of life. The amount you pay can't be more than the total number of white non-token permanents your opponents control, plus the total number of white cards in their graveyards. A Nameless Race. Race's power and toughness are equal to the life paid as it entered. Mapius with Cooperation. People try for the really long name cards. Cooperation, a 3-mana enchant creature. Target creature gains banding. I guess it's enchanted creature gains banding. I swear to God, I've seen this character in another art, but I don't remember this card. I don't remember a card. I don't remember a banding card, or sorry, an enchantment that gave banding. Draconic Shield High Dragon. Shield High Dragon is a 6-mana 3/3 dragon with flying lifelink and Megamorph. When Shield High Dragon is turned face up, put a +1/+1 counter on each other dragon creature you control. I am sorry, but I actually, if there was one draft set that I actually played, it was what was it called? Dragons of Tarkir. I don't play a lot of draft or pre-releases, but I did this one. Yeah, I am familiar with the Shield High Dragon. And next up, we've got more super chats. You guys are super chatting like crazy. Worms of the Earth. Worms of the Earth is a 5-mana enchantment. No new land may be brought into play during any player's upkeep. Any player may destroy Worms of the Earth by sacrificing 2 lands or taking 5 damage from Worms of the Earth. I believe I have heard of this card. It's a very, very bizarre Staxy card. No new lands. But you gotta sack your lands or just take 5 damage. I believe this might have also shown up on one of the shows where your opponents have a choice of how the card works. So you can, like, pay your own life, and then it doesn't do it doesn't do the thing that you want it to do. Jackal with No One Will Hear Your Cries. Okay. This is a little cheatsy. Is this considered a magic card? What does the back of it look like? I'm disqualifying this damn thing. This is not a real Magic the Gathering card. This is an arch enemy card. I'm just disqualifying it. You're gonna, because anyone can name all the damn schemes, and it's true. I have heard of basically none of the plain chase cards or any of the scheme cards. So we're gonna say it has to have a magic card back to some extent. And this doesn't have one. But I'll tell you where you can find the cards with magic backs, and that is at FusionGamingOnline.com, today's sponsor, my favorite place to get my Magic the Gathering cards. Whether it be from The Hobbit or Marvel Superheroes, I need my Namors. Namor the, what's it called? Namor the Submariner? Oh, where am I going? What am I doing here? Yeah, get your Namors and more at FusionGamingOnline.com. Use coupon code Nikachu, however. It's a great idea to get 5% off all your purchases, and of course, it supports the channel. And back to our regularly scheduled program. I'm very impressed by all the people that are super chatting to get their cards disqualified. Or okay, Rishidan cut purse. Oh, you're unlucky, Bell. I started playing around the masks block. In fact, I built a deck around this card. I play this in my pre-modern Allurin deck. Are you serious? You're making the... I'll make the foils pump up. I got a lot of foils of this card. It's a 3-mana 1/1 pirate. When Rishidan Cutburst comes into play, each opponent sacrifices a permanent unless he or she pays one. I built a multiplayer deck around this card. It failed miserably. It was so bad. It was so incredibly bad. Little MX Doom with Cinder Vines. Is that... I want to say that destroys artifacts and enchantments. That's right. I actually nailed it. Whenever it's an enchantment itself for 2 mana, whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, Cinder Vines deals 1 damage to that player, and pay 1, sacrifice Cinder Vines, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Cinder Vines deals 2 damage to that permanent's control. You know you're screwed when I'm already announcing what the card does before I even see it. Boltland Psychic Paper. Psychic Paper. We've seen this card a million times. This is the one where you create like your own identity, or sorry, you like name. It's the card becomes the name of a creature card. What is it? As a Psychic Paper becomes attached to a creature, choose a creature card name and a creature type. Equipped creature has ward 1. It can't be blocked, and its name and creature type are the last chosen name and creature type. Yeah, something like that. Equipped for 2. See, guys, I know a lot more cards than you think I know. I know a lot of cards. Archangel New with Quorum Trench Gnomes. People are brave with the Trench Gnomes. Can't remember if this is oh no, it's this card. It's the card that turns cards into wastes. 4 mana 1/1 tap. Target plains produces 1 colorless mana instead of white until the end of game. Use counters, apparently. Actually, now we don't use counters anymore. If target plains is tapped for mana, it produces colorless mana instead of white mana. In the past, in the past you could have removed the counter, I guess. Beefy Taco with Hurska Sweet Tooth. Hurska Sweet Tooth is a 3-mana 3/3 bear. Whenever Hurska Sweet Tooth attacks, create a food token. Whenever you gain life, you may pay a white or green. When you do, target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gain. Never heard of it! Okay, we're back on track. How high can we get this thing? Can we even... I'm getting scared you guys can't even get to 20. I have a feeling you guys can't even get to 20. Blink Somniac again. This is like the 3rd time's the charm, right? Graph Rats. And Midnight Scat. Oh, and Midnight... Oh, this is a double-sided... No. Oh, you want to try 2 cards. Okay, we'll do 1 at a time. So first, Graph Rats. 2 mana, 2/1 rat. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you both own and control this creature and a creature named Midnight Scavengers, exile them, then meld them into Chittering Host. Never heard of it! Never heard of this side, anyhow. All right. You guys get another one. You're on the scoreboard, Blink Somniac. You're on the scoreboard. You've contributed. Corbinek, Grim Feast. Grim Feast is a 3-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, Grim Feast deals 1 damage to you. Whenever a creature is put into target opponent's graveyard from play, gain an amount of life equal to that creature's toughness. I have heard of it. I also super recognize the art where this person is eating a zombie's arm. Sort of, I don't know, maybe, is that a zombie? Maybe it's just a dead person. It's been unusual, actually. Look, there's a lot of flesh on the arms, but there's no flesh on the face. Or did he eat from the face first? Like a piece of chicken. Okay, we got In Fraser, Covert Operative. Covert Operative is a 5-mana 3/2. Covert Operative is unblockable. Never heard of it. I don't think I've heard of this one. Oh, it's close. It might have shown up on like in a cannot be blocked show, but this is literally unblockable. Okay, I'm gonna count it because I don't know. It's so bizarre to see a card that is unblockable but has no other abilities. Like, that's its only ability, is you can't block it. Jackal with head games. I feel like if it has the word games in it, I've heard of it. 5 mana sorcery. Target opponent puts the cards from his or her hand on top of the library. Search that player's library for that many cards. The player puts those cards into their hand, then shuffles their library. Heard of it. Yeah, I've been there. We've been there before. Let's get Raktus's second suggestion. Soul Echo. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. Soul Echo is a white X enchantment. This enchantment enters with X echo counters on it. You don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this enchantment if there are no echo counters. Otherwise, target opponent may choose that for each 1 damage that would be dealt to you until your next upkeep. You remove an echo counter from this enchantment instead. I've heard of it. Actually, I remember this card mostly for being like the only card that has like, I don't know, a different templating inside the text box. The words aren't shoved to the left, if you know what I mean. We got Phaser with my favorite commander, the ever-changing Dane. I bet you haven't heard of it. I don't think I have. 3 mana for a 3/3 shapeshifter. For 1 mana, sacrifice another creature. The ever-changing Dane becomes a copy of the sacrificed creature, except it has this ability. Never heard of it. Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to claim that I know every single commander out there. I definitely don't know this one. Next, let's take a look at Deadeye Dukan. Confusion in the ranks. Confusion in the Ranks is a 5 mana enchantment. Whenever an artifact, creature, or enchantment comes into play, its controller chooses target permanent another player controls that shares a type with it and exchange control of those permanents. Definitely heard of it. People love those chaotic cards. The old switcheroo, or blow everything up, or shuffle all the cards together and redistribute them. That goes. It's like was it called Chaos Hug? This is a Chaos Hug deck. It's a Chaos Hug card. Chow's Lux Artillery. Picking random cards out of my commander deck. 4 mana artifact. Whenever you cast an artifact, a creature spell, it gains Sunburst. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 30 or more counters among artifacts and creatures you control, this artifact deals 10 damage to each opponent. I don't think I've heard of this one. I don't think I heard of this card. Also inspires me, maybe we should have a show about like cards that deal 10 or more damage. And this would definitely qualify. Big damage! I'm pretty sure we had a show like big damage cards. This one wasn't there. Next super chat. Also from Little MX Doom. I'm high and naming cards I like. First Responder. This sounds like a Universes Beyond card. Oh, it's not. I thought it was going to be like some medic from, I don't know, the Spider-Man plane or something. 4 mana for a 3/3 Ogre Citizen Vigilance. At the beginning of your end step, you may return another creature you control to its owner's hand, then put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to that creature's power on First Responder. Never heard of it. No, I've definitely never heard of that one. Frosty, the 10 rings? It's such a new card too. 8 mana legendary artifact. Your maximum hand size is 10. At the beginning of your end step, if you have fewer than 10 cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference. I want to say I've heard of this card. I want to say like we went over this card probably in the preview season of Marvel Superheroes. I recall some card where if you empty your hand, you draw cards equal to the difference. It just feels too familiar to me. Next we've got. Well, I gotta take from chat. Oi's Hibernation's End. Sorry, Oisley. Hibernation's End is a 5-mana enchantment, cumulative upkeep of 1. Whenever you pay Hibernation End's cumulative upkeep, you may search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to the number of age counters on Hibernation's End, and put into play. If you do, shuffle your library. Have heard of it. This is an interesting card. Whenever you pay this enchantment's upkeep, you can search your library for a creature card. Why don't more people play this? This is tutoring directly into play. What, is tutoring directly into play no good anymore? And you're paying for it anyway. This card looks insane. What is the downside? Put into play. I think there's no downside. This card looks broken to me. It would be a good card if it wasn't 5 mana. You're green. Like, what else are you going to do with your mana? It's not competitive, but it sounds like a super casual card that every casual needs. Lil MX Doom, Duskdale Worm. Did you spell that properly? You are high. I knew you spelled it wrong. I knew it. It's W-U-R-M. 7 mana for a 7/7 with trample. I have heard of this card. I've seen it. I don't know why I know this card. I guess because it came out of Commander Masters. I don't know where I saw this damn thing, but it's no stranger to me. We got Leon Corgi. Equinox. I definitely heard of this card. It is the white enchant land. Enchant land has tap. Counter target spell if it would destroy a land you control. No counter spell. Does not counter strip mine. Get got by strip mine. Didn't even play around a card that existed back then. Actually, I don't know if strip mine was around by Legends. I don't remember the exact order of the sets way back in the day. Okay, Christopher B says, do the Pope Hat. The Pope Hat, Urza's Mitre. If you have to call out the Pope Hat, I've seen the card. I've seen the Pope Hat card. 3 mana artifact. Whenever an artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, if it wasn't sacrificed, you may pay 3, and if you do, draw a card. People all naming these iconic cards that I've heard of. Coils of the Medusa. 2 mana enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +1/-1. Sacrifice Coils of the Medusa. Destroy all non-wall creatures blocking enchanted creature. I don't think I've heard it. I don't think I've heard of this card. I don't remember it. I mean, I know of Medusa. I'm getting like, I feel like I recognize the art, but maybe I'm just thinking of Vraska. You know what I mean? Mr. Stiff Pickles. Pompous Gadabout? What is a Pompous Gadabout? Pompous Gadabout is a 3 mana 4/2 human citizen that likes to flaunt their butt. Pompous Gadabout has hexproof as long as it's your turn. Pompous Gadabout can't be blocked by creatures that don't have a name. I have not heard. That actually is really unique. That don't have a name? What is that, tokens? Like, what is that supposed to be, actually? Is it... I thought tokens do have a name, though. I'm not sure what this guy is unblockable by. AI-generated cards? Like, AI-generated, because there's a ton of AI-generated cards that have no name. That's the only thing I can think of. Okay, Lil MX Doom. You're so generous today with the super chats. Frantic Purification. Everyone's having fun today with this topic. This is a 3 mana instant. Destroy target enchantment and also has a Madness of White. Actually, I don't think I've heard of that one. I thought I knew all the Madness cards from way back in the day. I bet it came across... I did play the Torment pre-release, but, you know, I guess it didn't come up in my pool. A lot of weenie tokens don't have a name. Blockable by nameless race. I like. Can't be blocked by nameless race. Yeah, 1 card. What creatures can this creature attack through? I guess nameless race is clearly nameless. I'll tell you what's not nameless, and that is Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. Ability to play any deck, any format you want. When playing on Magic Online, the digital client for playing Magic the Gathering, where you can play Standard, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Pauper, Pre-Modern, Commander, 1-on-1, 4-on-4, because you can play... Whoops, this is the wrong... Use coupon code Nikachu _AOI for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. And back to our regularly scheduled programming. Let's take a look at Steady Tortoise. Oh, I'm gonna disqualify arena cards. No arena cards. Honestly, because I don't know any arena cards. Yeah, we're gonna stick to real physical paper Magic cards with a Magic card back. That'll be the only rules. Sorry, no arena cards. Because I literally don't know any arena cards unless it's been errated. And even then, it's like it's a world that I don't know. I can honestly, I consider not arena cards, alchemy. I consider alchemy cards like silver border. It got a different stamp. If it don't have a regular hollow stamp, then it ain't a Magic card to me. Rest in Serpentine, Harvest Worm. Harvest Worm is a 2-mana 3/2. When it comes into play, return any basic land card from your graveyard to your hand or bury the Harvest Worm. Never heard of it. Even for an old card. Okay, you're up to 17, Coffee Crew. Isn't that the point of the show? But no, I want them to be like real cards for the most part. They got to be like sort of real. What do you mean you get no card yet? You got a card, Toads. It got disqualified. So did you. And I mean, you got a card. It just didn't pass. That's all. You got your choice. Yeezus didn't get a card. Tris. God, I don't even know why you would even choose this card. Triskaidekaphobia. Definitely heard of it. Super popular card. 4-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose one. Each player with exactly 13 life loses the game. Then each player gains 1 life. Or if each player with exactly 13 life loses the game, then each player loses 1 life. If you have too much life or too little, we're gonna get much closer to that 13 life. It's dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Lord Jeraxus. Rescue from the Underworld. Rescue from the Underworld, 5-mana instant. As an additional cost to cast this, Rescue from the Underworld, sacrifice a creature. Choose target creature card in your graveyard. Return that card and the sacrifice card to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of your next upkeep. Exile Rescue from the Underworld. I played way too much Theros for you to get this by. I don't think I would dare somebody post a Theros card and get it by me. Yeah, so if you got a card and it didn't pass, I mean, you're on your no 2 cards yet. So you got to be careful with what card you choose. Lil MX, unless you want a super chat, then you can choose as many times as you want. Lady of Laughter. Lady of Laughter is a 5-mana 4/5 Fairy Noble. Flying Celebration. At the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield under your control this turn, draw a card. Did I see this on preview season? Maybe not. At the beginning of your upkeep, if 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield under your control this turn, draw a card. I can't say I remember. I don't know. You guys are having a lot of luck with like newer cards. The old, like if you go old, you got to go really obsolete or useless. Like it's not known for anything. Stormy Cat. And on that note, Little MX Doom seems to know me pretty well. Whoops, I'm looking up Stormy Cat. You want Shadow Storm. The Storm of the Shadows. Shadow Storm is a red sorcery. Shadow Storm deals 2 damage to each creature with Shadow. I've heard of this card. It's a very bizarre, highly narrow, unique card. Super unique. Lesthian with Valgavoth's Lair. Valgavoth's Lair is an enchant land? Oh, no, sorry. It's an enchantment land. Hexproof. Valgavoth's Lair enters tapped. As it enters, choose a color. Tap, add 1 mana of the chosen color. How is this a bad land? I don't get it. Why does no one play this thing? Choose a color, add 1 mana of the chosen color. This card looks insane. Like almost like it should be a staple in everyone's deck. I've never heard of it. I've never heard of it. That person was right. Only face down cards don't have names. Ah, or the Nameless Race by Flavor. Okay, we're up to 19. Not enough enchantment, but it has hexproof. Like no one can target your land. If that matters, maybe it does. Maybe the hexproof on a land thing doesn't matter for Commander. Can only tap for 1 color at a time, but it's 5 colors. You have five color land that doesn't deal damage to you. Doesn't have any other shenanigans. Only shenanigan comes into play tapped. We got the Noob Master with how do I pronounce this? Aeolipile? 2 mana artifact. It's from Fallen Empires. Pay 1, tap. Sacrifice a Aeolipile to have it deal 2 damage to any target. I would have to look at our Fallen Empires review video to know if I actually saw it. I don't remember the card. This looks actually super overpowered for Fallen Empires. I don't remember. My memory might be failing me. Oh, Toads is helping me. Aeolipile. Big Nate. Bell of the Brawl. Bell of the Brawl is a 3 mana 3/2 human knight with menace. Whenever Bell of the Brawl attacks other knights you control, get +1/+0 until end of turn. Came out in Throne of Eldraine. No, never heard of it. I don't know this card. You know, this is the era of like they printed so many cards and like whatever showed up in competitive formats, like that's the cards that I know. And then I never drafted the format, didn't play any pre-releases, so like cards like this just never came across my site. And also it's like sort of not worth mentioning during preview season. Lil Devite says, we did it then. It was my first choice on the Fallen Empires video. Oh, the Aeolipile. Okay, you know what? I believe you. We're going to take one off. I believe you. It looks like something we had to have come across, but I like... There's some cards I feel like I might have seen this, but I don't have any certainty. Like, I really wanted to... When I disqualify you... Sorry, when I disqualify you, I want to say, like, okay, I have definitely seen this card before. Polrog with Earth Blighter. Earth Blighter is a 2-mana 1/1 cleric. Pay 3. Tap. Sacrifice a goblin. Destroy target land. What a bizarre card. Like, it sounds like it has 3 abilities that have nothing to do with each other. We have a cleric that sacks goblins and destroys lands. It's like the only cleric land destruction out there. Felicia, Case of the Shattered Pact. Yeah, the poor goblins. They're going to really blast it into the ground. Case of the Shattered Pact is a 2-mana case. When the case enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. To solve, if there are 5 colors among permanents you control... oh, that's it? There's just 5 colors. Solved. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains flying, double strike, and vigilance until end of turn. I believe I have come across this card. It's a very generic looking card. Rare Blue Skittles. What is this? Otapak Huntmaster. Otapak Huntmaster is a 2-mana 1/2 human shaman. Dinosaur spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and tap target dinosaur gains haste until end of turn. I've heard of this card. It's like a very popular dinosaur card. We got Askanurmahaka with fasting. Oh, I've got some bad news for you. People love showing fasting on this show. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a hunger counter on this enchantment. Then destroy this enchantment if it has 5 or more hunger counters on it. If you would begin your draw step, you may skip that step instead. If you do, gain 2 life. When you draw a card, destroy this enchantment. I feel like it should be the opposite. It should come into play with 5 like food counters on it, or set. I don't know how to put it. Something the opposite of hunger, and then when you lose all your when you lose all your counters, then you're hungry. Take a fast from fasting people. What does that mean? Eat? Nova the Space Wolf with Alpha Brawl. 8 mana sorcery. Target creature an opponent controls deals damage equal to its power to each other creature that player controls. Then each of those creatures deals damage equal to its power to that creature. Never heard of this. What a weird card. That's the weirdest removal spell of all time. That's a clunky removal spell. Very clunky. You got a card, Christopher B. We literally did your card. Remember, it was the Pope hat. Think you're pulling a fast one on me? Anna, hold for questioning. Remember, if I disqualify your card, that means you still got a card. You got your chance. Okay, hold for questioning. 4 mana aura. Enchant creature or planeswalker. When hold for questioning enters the battlefield, tap enchanted permanent and investigate. Enchanted permanent doesn't untap during its controller's untap step, and activated abilities can't be activated. I actually know this card. Mostly from like looking. I sort of went. I was digging for as many blue removal spells as possible, and this thing sort of came across my desk when looking through everything. Pretty unplayable at 4 mana, but still. Raznab, Hand of Death. Hand of Death is a 3 mana sorcery to destroy target non-black creature. It's so I've never heard of it. I've never heard of this one. So simple. Where it came from? Portal? Yeah, it came from Portal. Yeah, I don't know this one. Just bad. Was it super bad Doomblade? Oh, it can regenerate. Oh, look at that. It's strictly worse Doomblade. Strictly worse. How dare you say Plagun is unknown? He's my special boy. Arethusa with Rogue Elephant. There's no way. I've never heard of this card. Rogue Elephant, the green 3/3, and when it comes into play, sacrifice a forest or bury your Rogue Elephant. The original Wild Nikachu from Weatherlight. John, Dreamcoat. You didn't get a card? Or did you super chat a card? That's what you're trying to tell me. What is this? It's a blue legend. It's a blue card from Legends. Enchant creature. Caster may change target creature's color to any other color. This ability is played as an interrupt. Limit of 1 change per turn. Cost of tap, maintain, or use a special ability if target creature remains entirely unchanged. I want to say I have heard this because we discussed about how this gets around Circle of Protection, and that was its point. Oh, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I've seen this card before. Jagra, kindly, it was this kindly customer. It's a 2 mana 1/1 human citizen. When this creature enters, draw a card. I've heard of this card. Okay, there's some super chats building up here. I'm gonna get to you, Lil MX Doom, after like the hour mark. I see all your super chats. Bell, though, you get some priority here. Rejuvenation Chamber. SAS actual pre-modern play. Rejuvenation. C's actual pre-modern play. Why are you showing me this card? I play pre-modern. Rejuvenation. Oh. Don't remember this card. What deck plays it? 3 mana artifact with fading 2. You gain 2 life. You know, of all that stuff, I've never seen this one. What deck is in it? Tinker? Not Tinker. It's a pretty crappy card in Tinker. Or maybe it isn't Tinker. That's like the card you sacrifice to go get something else. Man of the Center. Opal Titan. Opal Titan is a 4 mana enchantment. When one of your opponents successfully casts a creature spell, if Opal Titan is an enchantment, Opal Titan becomes a 4/4 creature with protection from each of that spell's colors, and that counts as a giant. I've heard of this card. We did one show where like creatures that like, I don't know, it was like creatures that aren't actually creatures, and this showed up. The chamber is trash. How does this see pre-modern play? I don't get it. That's the real puzzle here today. Next, we'll take a look at... We got... Okay, hold on. So now we're in... Okay, we'll get this one. But now we're at the point where we can go through all of Lil MX Doom Super Chats. Aegis of the Legion. From Banasir. 2 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has Mentor. Whenever equipped creature mentors a creature, put a shield counter on that creature equipped for 3. I thought I heard of this card when it was called Aegis of the Legion. Maybe I was thinking of another Aegis. I never heard of this one. That's a new one for me. Okay, so for every single one of these super chats, we're going to take a look at somebody else's card. Lil MX Doom with the Gem Bazaar. So, yeah, everyone's got to be very thankful for Lil MX Doom, because Lil MX Doom is really paying out today. What the hell is this? Oh, I have seen this card, though. Sorry, this is... Technically, this shouldn't count, but you super chatted, so I'll count it. When Gem Bazaar comes into play, choose a random color. Tap, add to your mana pool 1 mana of the chosen color, then choose a random color. This is... isn't this the card from the computer game? I believe this is the card from the computer game. Yeah, Chandelier. It's a Chandelier card. I am familiar with some of the Chandelier cards. Okay, so you're going to get a card, Ren. Stardew Valley. Is Nintendo going to sue for copyright infringement? Oh, no, it's literally Stardew Valley. They had, I guess they teamed up or something. This is Nintendo, right? Concerned Ape? Okay, Stardew Valley is a land. Tap for a colorless. Pay 2, tap an untapped creature you control. Create a food token. And for 3 mana, tap. Choose target permanent you control. Draw a card. Then another player of your choice may gain control of that permanent. Activate only as a sorcery. Never heard of this card. Never seen it before. Okay, we're at 26. Not Nintendo. Played this game 3 years ago. What's Stardew Valley then? Where is it from? Or is it like a Facebook game or something? Stardew Valley is owned by someone else. Oh, so okay, so it's owned by someone else, but they sell it to the handheld console platforms, don't they? An indie developer. Hashtag the more you know. An independent game. A lot of people know Stardew Valley. Okay, we're gonna look at... Good God, look at all the super chats. This is... Okay, hold on. I gotta back up and get some more music here, because we're going to be around here for a while. This is gonna be a long show, it seems. It looks like we should do more of these types of shows now, shouldn't we? Or we're not even at the hour mark. What am I doing? We're not even... I felt like an hour. It's not. Okay, I just have to go through regular cards. Save all of Lil MX Doom super chats. Mr. DC, what is this? Agonasar Rex? Agonasar Rex is a 5-mana 8/8 dinosaur with trample, cycling of 3. And when you cycle this card, put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature or vehicle. It gains trample and indestructible until end of turn. You know what? I don't think I remember this card. I remember a lot of dinosaurs. I would not be able to tell you in the slightest what this card did. Yeah, we're only at the 47 mark. PDX. Thrill Wizard. Thrill Wizard is a 3-mana 1/1 for 2 mana. Counters a target black spell if caster of target spell does not pay an additional black or 3. Play this ability as an interrupt. I've heard of this card. I also think it showed up on one of our shows about like the really weird cards that counter stuff. Toads with Brine Hag. Thanks for your super chat, Toads. Brine Hag is a 4-mana 2/2. Summon Hag. When the creature dies, change the base power and toughness of all creatures that dealt damage to it this turn to a 0/2. I think I've heard of the Brine Hag. As weird as that looks. Bizarre card, though. I think when we've done some shows with like legends, there were just not that many legendary cards. So you end up seeing almost all of them. Quiet Man with Head Games. Head Games, I swear, so we've already done this card. And heard of it. Done it and heard of it. We've been there. Lil MX Doom is making it rain up here. Yes. Can you cycle it at instant speed? I think you can. Yeah, of course. You're talking about Aganosaur? Yeah, you absolutely can cycle at instant speed. That's the whole point of cycling. You thinking of playing that dinosaur card now? You can give your stuff? They got sniped? Not exactly. I think this card showed up at like the beginning of the show. Anyone else with no card yet at this point? Or am I gonna take up on people who have no 2 cards yet? Okay, I think we're at no 2 cards yet, people. No, Rugal with Noetic Scales. Noetic Scales, a 4-mana artifact. During each player's upkeep, return to owner's hand each creature that player controls with power greater than the number of cards in his or her hand. I have seen this card before. I think the art is pretty cool. Okay, I think we're on no 2 cards yet. But we're going to take a look at the Rare Blue Skittle Super Chat. The Folio of Fancies. Folio of Fancies, a 2-mana artifact. Players have no maximum hand size. Double X tap, each player draws X cards. And for 3-mana tap, each opponent puts a number of cards equal to the number of cards in their hand from the top of their library into their graveyard. Never heard of it. Okay, we're at... counters now at 28. Dinglebag with Myrcene? Myrcene is a 4-mana enchant creature. This aura enters with 3 net counters on it. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step if this aura has a net counter on it. Pay enchanted creature's mana cost. Remove a net counter from this aura. Only the controller of the enchanted creature may activate this ability. I don't remember anything about this card. If it came across my path, it's been wiped from my memory. Doesn't affect merfolk. It's okay. Yeah. Well, it does, doesn't it? Enchanted creature doesn't untap. It will completely affect merfolk. Next super chat we have from... What is even this currency? 1,000 CLP in USD. Is it going to be like 10 cents? Oh, it's $1. Barely gets you text. Goblin Secret Agent. Please read the flavor. Okay. It was super chatted, so I'll barely count this thing. Okay, we have a 3-mana 2/2 Secret Agent. First strike. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal a card from your hand at random. There is... Okay, I guess there is some flavor text in the Oracle text. Secret Agent PD042198, licensed to be killed. Oh, that's depressing. Doesn't sound like this Secret Agent's going to be around with us for very long. To be honest, I'd never heard of it. Next. Now are we past the hour? We're not even past the hour mark. Who do I want here? Okay, we're going no 2 cards yet now. Rest in Serpentine with Thundermare. The Horse! 6-mana 5/5 Thundermare haste. When Thundermare comes into play, tap all other creatures. I've heard of it. There's not many horses in the game. I don't know why, but I looked up how many horses are in this game. There's very few, because there was that one horse that like gives all your other horses indestructible, and I'm like, okay, how badly can you break this horse? Well, not badly at all. All the other horses are just terrible. They're just so bad. We got Phasher, my second favorite commander, Rasputin. The Oneiromancer. I'm actually not that familiar with this. I know the other Rasputin. Not to be confused with the Dreamweaver. I love the cards from this set where they made cards for old legends. 3-mana 4/1 human wizard. When Rasputin, the Oneiromancer, enters the battlefield, put a dream counter on it for each opponent you have. Each opponent creates a 1/1 red goblin creature token. Tap, remove 1 or more dream counters from Rasputin, add that much colorless mana. Tap, remove a dream counter from Rasputin, create a 2/2 white night creature token with protection from red. I believe I have seen this card, though. I've seen all the Rasputins, all 2 of them, which is not that many. Has it been errated to just a horse? Oh, the mare, this thing? Yeah, the Thunder Mare. They've all been errated to horses. And there's still not a lot of horses in this game. Very, very few. Rose Kitty Uwu in the house with Assembly Hall. Does it make a creature every turn? You said you never heard of it last time I mentioned it. Let's see if you remember. Oh, it's not the same thing. No, I know this one now. Yeah, the 5-mana artifact, pay for, tap, reveal a creature card in your hand, search your library for a copy of that card, and put the card into your hand, then shuffle your library. We've had like shows cards that would be utterly useless in Commander, and this would be one of them. Just stone cold garbage. Hexenort with the super chat. Manifest Dread. The card? Like they turned that into a mechanic. Was it a mechanic first, then a card, or a card into a mechanic? 2-mana sorcery, Manifest Dread. How can you be so bold as to suggest a card that's literally a mechanic? I've never heard of this card. I didn't know they made a card about the mechanic. That is so weird. Christopher B keeps saying no card yet you literally had a card before. I'm just going to prioritize Mercenary with Baru. But which one? Oh, you weren't specific. Well, okay, I'll go with the one that you weren't specific. I'm gonna go with the one that I don't think I've seen before. Baru, Fist of Krosa, 5-mana 4/4. Whenever a forest comes into play, green creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. And has Grandeur. Discard another card named Baru, Fist of Krosa. Put an XX green worm creature token into play where X is the number of lands you control. I'm familiar with Grandeur as a mechanic, but I don't think I've seen this card before. Fire says, I love when a mechanic is just a card name. I'll tell you what, store owners hate it when sets are a card name. They hate that. They wish Wizards never did that. Do we have any other super chats that are not Lil MX Doom? Not really. Actually, there's over super chats. Raktus. Okay, we're gonna donate this to Surefire Selves. Hollow. Such an amazing answer to Blasphemous Act. Is it? Hollow, a white instant. Prevent all damage target spell would deal this turn to everything. You gain life equal to the damage prevented this way. Holy moly! That's a lot of life. And yeah, I've never heard of this card. Oh no, Jedi Karn! You're supposed to mention a card at the same time. You're supposed to put in your card. That was your spot to name a card. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye out for you, Jedi. Whoops, didn't put anything in my super chat. Well, do it before I lose you in chat. There's a lot of people. Yeah, put something. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for you. Next we've got. Okay, now we're finally an hour into the show. Okay, Call of the Wild. Call of the Wild is a 4-mana enchantment, and for 4 mana, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into play. Otherwise, put it into your graveyard. I don't remember this art unless I saw it from somewhere else. You know, the ability sounds familiar, but I just don't think I've seen this card before. Maybe there's just a lot of cards that have that sort of effect of putting cards directly into play. Pretty amazing card. Reveal the top card of your library to all players. If that card is a creature card, put it into play. I want to say I know it, but I just don't recognize the arts. I don't recognize any of these arts. None of them. That sure is artwork. It is. Okay. So now for every... okay, so let's first get through Blink Somniac. Okay, no. Okay, that was a super chat. Let's go to a non-super chat. Raznab, Ogre Arsonist. So if you haven't got a second card yet, this is your time. 5 mana for a 3/3 Ogre. When it comes into play from your hand, destroy any one land. Never heard of it. That's interesting land destruction. Oh, and they actually balanced it for blinking way back in the day. No, they didn't! Oh my god, look at the Oracle text. When this creature enters, destroy target land. When it comes into play from your hand, the original printing actually was more balanced. Unbelievable. They upgraded this card. This should have been on the errata upgrade show. It's so much better now. It's arguably broken. If you have a good blank deck, Ogre Arsonist is going to just really peeve people off. Okay, next. We have a super chat from Blink Somniac. Over super chatted, so we will donate it to Nova the Space Wolf. Tanawa? What are you kidding me? I'll give you a super chat sound effect. 5 mana 7/7 Serpent Legend. Trample. At the beginning, it's got phasing and trample. At the beginning of your upkeep, all lands you control phase out. I've definitely heard of this card. Quiet Man. There's no such thing as no card yet redemption. This is your second card. Unbender Tine. Remember, any random guess is a qualifiable guess. It's just whether you get it right or not. Unbender Tine is a 4-mana artifact. Tap, untap another target permanent. Pretty sure we saw this on the untap permanent show. I'm actually surprised this card exists. Okay, super chat. Now it's Lil MX Doom's. For each super chat of Lil MX Doom, we're going to look at a card from the community, all right? So Little MX Doom is looking out for everybody. Rivals, Homerid King. You have the right name here? I'm going to look up Homerid King. It's Ricala! You weren't even close. You were not even close. 3 mana 0/4 Lobster Noble. Ah, Lobster is a creature now. It's not released yet. I've never heard of it. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a tide counter on Ricala. Then if there are 4 or more tide counters on Ricala, remove them. Creatures you control get +1/+0 for each tide counter on Ricala. Whenever you tap an island for mana, if there are 3 or more tide counters on Ricala, add an additional blue. You should be allowed to just add 2 blue if it's just in play. That should just be a thing. Okay, we're at 36. Okay, we're looking at Indiana Jones 3 Wishes. What are you, nuts? This was oh, maybe it's okay. I actually was thinking of a different 3 Wishes card. Maybe there's more of them. Them Homerids be snapping at your fingers. Yeah, I know. They'll all be lobsters now. 3 Wishes, a 3-mana instant. Take the top 3 cards from your library, look at them, and set them aside face down. You may play those cards as though it were in your hand. At the beginning of your next turn, bury any of those cards not played. I've heard of this card. But I was thinking of... it was another Wishes card. It's an artifact. Oh, actually, hey, Toads can remember. I am allergic to shellfish. Next, we got super chat from Lil MX Doom, the Howl Tooth Hollow. It's a hideaway land. Hideaway, and also tap, add a black to your mana pool, pay a black, tap. You may play the remove card without paying its mana cost if each player has no cards in hand. I have definitely heard of this. 3 visits? I don't know if it was I don't know. The Ring of 3 Wishes? Maybe that's what I was thinking of initially. We got Robin here with Megrim. Power Crop by Liliana's Caress. Been a while. Good to catch you again. Apologies, repost as I didn't put the note. No, that's okay. That's how this show works. If I didn't get to your card, you got to keep spamming it. I mean, it also I believe it helps the algorithm. Some people hate that everyone's spamming cards in chat. I'm not getting my card. You gotta fight. Christopher B is a fighter. You see, Christopher B fights all day, all night since the beginning of the show started. Megrim, a 3-mana enchantment. Whenever an opponent discards a card, Megrim deals 2 damage to that player. I've definitely heard of this card. Very popular card to combine with things like Wheel of Fortune, for example. Super chat from Little MX Doom. Elvish Ranger. Didn't we look at this the other day? 3 mana 4/1. Maybe I haven't seen this. Of all the words that they combine with Elvish and Ranger, I don't remember a random 4/1 creature. But the art looks so familiar. I'm going to give it to you. I'll just give it to you. Spellstutter, Field of Dreams. Isn't that the, before I look at, do you like yeah, it's the other Lantern Control card. And I know I don't like Lantern Control. It is one of the most heinous archetypes of all time. Field of Dreams was a replacement for Lantern of Insight. It's like another copy. Blue, Enchant World. The top card of each player's library is always face up, except you can't sacrifice it. I have heard of it. No, the super chat from Little MX Doom. I'm gonna Little MX Doom it up. Evasive Action. Gotta be very evasive around here. Evasive Action is a 2-mana instant with Domain. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1 for each basic land type among lands you control. I was there in Apocalypse. I thought that was like one of the crappiest counter spells. As someone who is used to playing with like Force of Will, actual counter spell, Mana Leak, I'm like, I need to have multiple basic land types in play to get this thing online. This is like one of the worst counter spells I've ever seen in my life. This is a new set, and they're downgrading all the cards. How pathetic. Hinaria with Treasure Keeper. Wow, only about 40. I'm actually surprised I get through these cards so quickly. Treasure Keeper is a 4-mana 3/3 construct. When Treasure Keeper dies, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card with mana value 3 or less. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Put all revealed cards not cast this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. I don't think I've heard of this card. And it's from Ether Revolt. Yeah, still doesn't ring a bell. 38. It's like a draft card. You got it. We've got, let's take a Rose Kitty Uwu card. Bubble Matrix. I want to say I've heard of every single card with the word Matrix in it. I definitely have seen this one. 4-mana artifact. All damage dealt to creatures is reduced to 0. Very underrated reserve list card. Super underrated. But I've definitely heard of it. Yeah, it basically means when it dies, discover 3. Basically. Surefire Ourselves loves this. I think this looks super underrated. All damage dealt to creatures is reduced to 0. Just make the whole game a huge slugfest. No fear of blocking. F7 with Stronghold Gambit. Stronghold Gambit is a 2-mana sorcery from Nemesis. Each player chooses a card in his or her hand. Then each player reveals his or her chosen card. The owner of the creature card revealed this way with the lowest converted mana cost puts that card into play. If 2 or more creature cards are tied for the lowest cost, those cards are put into play. I have heard... It's been a long time, but I've heard of this card. Okay, we're going to take a super chat. I got your card, right, Jedi? I'm pretty sure I got Jedi's card. Lil MX Doom with the Mole Module. Running out of super chat sound effects here. I need to make way more super chat sound effects. We're just running out. Mole Module is a 5-mana 6/6 vehicle. You know, this reminds me of The Incredibles at the end of the show. Artifact vehicle Menace. Whenever this vehicle deals combat damage to a player, mill 4 cards. You may put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield. Mill 4 cards. You can put crew 2. I don't remember this card, even though this is brand new. I don't think this came up in spoiler season. It's just not worth mentioning. It's so clunky. Next. Gorgondork says, bubbly thingy doesn't matter if you play with Death Touch. But if all damage is reduced to 0, then you don't deal damage. Death Touch cares about how much damage is actually dealt to stuff. Beefy Taco, Orb of Dreams. Huh. 3-mana artifact. Permanents come into play tapped. Have I really never seen this card? This looks like such a quintessential Staxy type of card. I don't remember ever seeing this thing. I didn't even know this effect exists. Okay, we're up to 40. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Little MX Doom with the downing device. Mono red ramp, land ramp, if you squint. Down. Oh, is it downing? I'm gonna look up device. Dowsing. The dowsing device. Okay, this is a 2-mana artifact. When dowsing device or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, up to 1 target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. Then transform it. If you have 4 more artifacts, you get the Geode Grotto, which is a cave, transforms from dowsing device. Well, of course it does, because it was just on the backside. Tap for red, and for 3 mana, tap until end of turn. Target creature gains haste and gets +X/0, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Activate only as a sorcery. I've heard of this card, only because I looked at like all these Lost Cavern like land cards. Always interested in seeing what lands exist. This is secretly a card reading speedrun show. In some case, yes, yeah. Mappius with seizures. Huh. 2 mana enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature becomes tapped, this aura deals 3 damage to that creature's controller unless that player pays 3. Never heard of it. Such a simple card. Great. Lil MX Doom gets an Ultramarines Honor Guard. How many Honor Guards are there? The Ultramarines. It's a 40k card. Adaptus would love this thing. 4 mana 2/2. Astartes Warrior. Squad 2. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. I swear to God I've seen this card. Pretty sure I've seen this card. Just as it... it's the Lord that, like, copies your squads if you have a big squad. Very good Lord. I saw someone who had no card yet. Where are you? Where's the no card yet person? Surprised we can get this deep into the show. I cast seizures on you sounds so messed up. Yeah, it is. Okay, apparently Stranger Candy doesn't have a card. Or did you have a card and I just disqualified? Remember, all cards are legal. It's just, it's a matter of, have I heard of your card before? Skyshroud Warbeast is a 2-mana star trampler. When Skyshroud Warbeast, sorry, not when. Skyshroud Warbeast has power and toughness, each equal to the number of non-basic lands target opponent controls. Never heard of this card. It's like it's sort of punishing people for playing non-basic lands, but not really. You definitely got a card, DJ. I think you got a card. Was there somebody earlier who legitimately had no card? Maybe okay, some 1-2-4-C. I'm gonna keep an eye on you later. Rose Kitty Uwu. Spires of Spires of Orazka? Orazka. I'm not spelling this right. It's Compass, please. I know you know this card. P.S. Then why are you super chatting it? 2-mana artifact, pay 3, tap, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 7 or more lands, you transform this into Spires of Orazka, which can tap to add a mana to your mana pool, or tap, untap target attacking creature an opponent controls and remove it from combat. I'm honestly more familiar with the back side of these cards than the front side. Like, I know of the back sides to these cards. I usually never remember what the hell's on the front, though. Not the front, just the back. That's okay. Okay, hold on. Didn't I wanted to get to... Who the hell had no card? Someone to foresee. The Soldevi Sage. 2 mana, 1/1 wizard. Tap, sacrifice 2 lands? 2 lands? draw 3 cards, then choose and discard one of them. That is so miserably terrible. That is such a bad card. I sort of want to say I remember this card, but I don't. How is this never shown up on, like, worst creature cards? Sacrificing 2 lands. Yeah, screw you, Grandma. Was Grandma burning the book to, like, put them in for... Like, for her to read the book, she has to burn it, and it burns into her brain. Somehow. Okay, we got Little MX Doom with Charismatic Conqueror. Charismatic Conqueror is a 2-mana 2/2 vampire soldier with vigilance. Whenever an artifact or creature enters the battlefield untapped and under an opponent's control, they may tap that permanent. If they don't, you create a 1/1 white vampire creature token with lifelink. I have heard of this card. From the Lost Caverns of Ixalan Commander set. I don't know why I know this card, I just know it. Resident Serpentine, a fun idea for a show might be you try to build a deck out of the cards we all suggest. I did, you know, we tried to do that like once or twice. I guess what it is it's very popular to, it's pretty okay to stream, but it's not so good on the replay. People just don't like watching it on the replay. The views don't do very well afterwards. We've done it a few times. Even for my own personal interest. Okay, Christopher B wants the second card. Lucent... What is this? Lucent... Limited... What? Look at that card! Now, that art looks super magical. It's a 5-mana 3/3 flyer. I've never heard of it. Never heard of this guy. Such a boring card. Such a magnificent art to such a worthless card. The only upside is it's an elemental, so it might trigger against some other elemental cards. So long, Raznib. Have a good day. Fireburn, been a fan for about 8 years now. That's right. Love you, Nikachu. Thanks so much, Fireburn. Oh, I guess with that, we're going to donate that super chat to... We'll give it to Rin, the unluckiest planeswalker. Is that real? Oh, he turned into a planeswalker, a 3-mana 4 loyalty planeswalker with Rule Breaker. A deck with this commander can have aura cards of any color identity and any basic land cards. This literally looks like some sort of unset card. +1, add 1 mana of any color. When you spend this mana to cast an aura spell this turn, create a 1/1 red gremlin creature token. -3. Discard your hand, then draw cards equal to twice the number of auras you control. For each aura attached to you, attach it to an opponent of your choice. The unluckiest planeswalker can be your commander. Never heard. Yeah, I haven't heard of this card. It's too new. Too new for me. You're catching me before spoiler season, or before we can make a spoiler show of these cards, because they only released a few of them into the world, but I didn't look at them all. Okay, next super chat from Little MX Doom. 3 tide counters equals high tide. I get it. Like the card. Yeah, I know you're talking about that lobster earlier, but I don't really remember the card. Oh, that was okay, so hon, we have 2 donations. D-Mads with Citizen's Arrest. And then we'll look at 2 more cards after this. So look at this. It's the Imposter. It's a 3-mana enchantment. When Citizen's Arrest enters the battlefield, exile target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls until Citizen's Arrest leaves the battlefield. I had to, I want to say I haven't seen this card, but I had to have seen this card. Exile target creature or planeswalker. I had to have seen this card. It's like another Oblivion Ring. Okay, we'll those were 2 those were basically 2 donations, so let's take a look at 2 more cards. We'll look at Mercenaries Mog Infestation. I had to have seen this. Oh yeah. 5 mana sorcery, destroy all creatures target player controls, and for each creature that died this way, put 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens onto the battlefield under that player's control. I've definitely seen this card. And Lesthian, the Country Roads. Country Roads land. This land enters tapped unless you control a mount or vehicle tapped out of white. And for 2 mana, sack this land, create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token. With this token, saddles, mounts, and cruise vehicles as though its power were 2 or greater. Activate only as a sorcery. I've seen this card. You know, it's dangerous to choose lands on me because one of the first and only thing, my favorite thing to do when I look up a new set, I don't look at any of the artifacts or any of the other cards. I like to look at the lands. I really enjoy the lands. All right, that's it. And the interesting thing about this series, we got 45. I have a feeling this number will get progressively more difficult the more times we do the show. And it seems like we have to do this show again. This was a super... oh, look at this. Dark Soul Harvester showing up with one more super chat. Galactus. Just in time. I guess the Devourer of Worlds. Well, I've definitely seen this card. 10 mana for a 12/12 Elder Alien, a flying trample and indestructible. When Galactus enters, exile target permanent. And has insatiable hunger. Galactus attacks an opponent with the most life among your opponents each combat if able, unless you control a creature named Silver Surfer. Galactus's Herald. Is this on Arena? No, this is a real regular card. That's one of the commander cards. All right, that's it for today. I think everyone loved this. We'll definitely have to do it again. And if you want to be there again, got to be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time, or in the evenings on Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. I felt a lot of support today, especially from Little MX Doom. And also we felt the support from the patrons, the members on YouTube, and super chatters like you. So thank you, everyone, for being part of the show and being here. People like Mappius. We had Ascon, Paul Rog, Mercenary. We got Equine Ducklings, Fireburn, many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing them coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.